Realasitgetpodcast, episode 17.
17. We slowly but surely we get there.
We slowly approaching 20. We approaching 20. We finally decided to go live. We said having a good off-air conversation.
Good off.
Hey man, how you been, Chuck?
Man, I've been all right, man. Just taking it day by day like usual. And figuring this thing out, man.
Same here.
but working mostly. You know what I'm saying?
Same here, working, trying to stay afloat. With inflation, the prices rising on everything. Bro, that's all you can do.
Bro, this inflation stuff, bro, it's just getting crazy. It's ridiculous, bro. Everything up.
Eggs.
Oil, whatever. It's all up.
The price of a 12-pack of sodas now. I remember it used to be $3-4. It's literally a little under 10 now. So I'm trying to get off sodas, but the prices itself is going to drive me off sodas. It's going to drive me off. I go to sparkling water now.
Yeah, right now everything is expensive. I mean, like you said, eggs. You already know everybody talking about the eggs is crazy. I bought oil, the cooking oil. That'd be like $13 just for like a little thing like that.
Chicken wings,
fish.
Yeah,
it's everything. I was looking at it. I was about to get some steak. When I seen some steak, I'm like, oh.
Hey, no wonder people was going to Dollar Tree getting them steaks.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't recommend anybody.
I agree.
Do Dollar Tree meat at all. You know what I'm saying? Dollar General meat at all, anything like that. I get it that comes in the packaging, but you probably don't want that.
It's been a minute. You got a lot of stuff going on at Colorado.
Oh yeah, when we start there, we always are every time we talk about crime.
Right.
But with his transfer portal, you know what I'm saying?
Right. The old Colorado roster is pretty much is getting
55 kids leaving
right.
out. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of kids leaving out.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
is that going to affect the program?
It all depends on what he can bring in. You know what I'm saying? So if you can't bring in the same amount or better quality kids in, then it's definitely going to affect the program big time. Because you know what I'm saying, you're coming in with all these new players that they don't have no chemistry. Don't have much time to get chemistry together. You know what I'm saying? They got to learn a new playbook. They got to do all this stuff, in a short amount of time. And so right now it's about to be May tomorrow, I think. And so May, June, July, August, and then, you know what I'm saying, September's going. That's really not a whole lot of time. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they're not on campus right now.
Right.
If they don't come into campus till June, July, now you're cutting off another month.
Then the new enrollees.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So,
first week of August.
Yeah, you're right.
This is why I think it's going to impact them, but you got to understand it's year one. It's going to impact them just off the fact that with the old Colorado roster, do you keep everyone? No. But you try to keep those guys who played somewhat okay.
I wouldn't be trying to force everybody out.
You don't force everybody out. The reason you don't force everybody out because Dion has already told you he want the best to play, right? So if I got the best JUCO players, the best kids in the portal, the best high schoolers coming in, those guys don't want to sit on the bench.
No.
You know what I mean? At least those great role players who you forcing out, they could have had a chance to compete, but they know where they stand at. You know what I mean?
You still got to take into effect injuries.
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody not being as good as you thought it was going to be.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it takes a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks before a cat can really start to turn it over. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
You realize, this cat really can't play. You just, you know what I'm saying?
Look at the guys from Jackson State.
Right.
A lot of cats came from Jackson State, and they just may not play compared to what he got coming in. You know what I mean? And some of them left. You had a guy who followed him to Colorado, and now he in the portal. You know what I mean? So if I'm a kid now, I definitely entertain it just because it's Colorado Prime, the spotlight, media. But when it comes down to your career, that's why I say year one is that experiment. Once December comes, you're going to see all those kids that enter the portal from there. You know why? Because they're not going to have that opportunity to get on the field. Right. If you're a quarterback and you commit to Colorado, you won't be on the field until your junior year. And that's when Shedeur is gone. Right. You know what I mean? And like I say, if you pull up I think being that his dad is the head coach, he's definitely going to ride those 2 years out and build that NFL hype by the time he's a senior. Yeah. He's going to get drafted. Like Shiloh, Probably got about 2 years left. Him or 1 year. You know, he going in as a grad, so probably 1 year. So, but I looked at the depth, right? They got damn near 4 or 5 safeties. Shiloh's a safety, haven't committed yet. His dad is the coach. Right. Who do you think is favorite to get that spot?
Probably Shiloh. But I would say, you know what I'm saying, with Shiloh, he's not, you know, Neon's, you know, favorite kid, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So he be kicking him out the meeting. You know what I'm saying? He definitely disciplines him. He get acting up, whatever. So
right.
He sat him out a couple games last year.
But the whole season, though, I just can't see him send his son out like that.
No, he can play. You know,
it'll be rotation.
Yeah, no, Shiloh can play. You know what I'm saying? You just got to make sure, you know, he's.
But when you're getting All-American safeties, and that's your son, and you got your son.
Shiloh also played as a true freshman in South Carolina.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like he.
Do you look at it as favoritism, though? If Shiloh comes in, he just graduated from Jackson State this past weekend. Right. He comes into Colorado. He's already a starter. Haven't played the spring game. He's coming in with all the new signings, and he just plays. Do you look at it as favoritism?
He balling now. Because that's really what it is. It ain't favoritism if they balling.
I agree, but most people gonna look at it like, damn, you weren't even with us in the spring.
Right.
You know, if you weren't with us in the spring, wasn't working out, all we can go off with is how you performed at JSU.
But that's gonna be all the players that come in from transfer portal. None of them was with me in the spring.
True, but
as long as he showed up and everybody else try to show up, you know what I'm saying? He's really good.
He just got a ball out.
He's just trying to put me like right now. He's just trying to take a bunch of pieces, and put them together. And they're really nice pieces, but they still got to get chemistry. They still got.
What do you think Colorado record ends up being this year?
They're 5-6 games.
5-6 games,
yeah, something like that. Because they got a tough schedule. Me and Timo didn't talk about it. You know, they got TCU game 1, be a loss. I think after that they got Nebraska.
Right.
Should be able to beat Nebraska. Nebraska just got a new head coach. Matt Rule's good, but just not year 1. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Kids transfer out to maybe year 2 Nebraska is going to be all right, but year 1 Nebraska no. Colorado State should be able to beat them. You know what I'm saying? I think they got Arizona on the schedule, Arizona State. Those could be wins depending on what kind of kids they got on there. But then they also got Oregon that could be a loss.
Right.
Who else? USC probably gonna be a loss. UCLA probably gonna be a loss. Utah probably gonna be a loss.
Arizona State.
It should be able to beat Arizona.
Stanford.
Be tough. They could beat
Oregon State. Arizona.
Arizona they should be able to beat. Oregon State can be tough, but it's beatable, winnable. Washington State's winnable.
Yeah, Utah.
They're gonna lose.
Yeah, I like Utah.
Utah almost beat Florida last year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. If he can get 5 games, maybe even 6.
Do you think the hype carry over to year 2?
If he gets 5 games, it will.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? If he gets 6 or better, it definitely will. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think Travis Hunter is going to play both ways?
Both ways. Game 1.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
the entire season, you think?
Probably.
Gotcha.
Probably. I mean, he like that.
Yeah, he nice. He nice.
And 2, Deion loves him enough to try to get him out there to get it when he wants to make sure that he has the film. He's playing in national TV, playing both ways. A lot of cats ain't done that in a long, long time. You know what I'm saying? So I think he loves him enough and trusts him enough to put him out there, and he wants them to see him do it. I think he wants Travis Hunter to follow in his footsteps to play both ways on Sundays.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So I think he's definitely
and that strengthened his Heisman campaign.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time, you know what I'm saying? Charles Woodson.
Yeah, I used to love to see him play at Michigan.
He was a primary defensive player, but
right.
You know what I'm saying? He helped on offense, special things, you know what I'm saying? That always, you know what I'm saying, boosts up your Heisman status, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Funding a program. Rather it's youth program, rather it's high school program. Yeah. What's tough about it?
It's getting the money in, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Finding the right strategies and everything like that to get people to donate money, you know what I'm saying, to make sure you have a program that people want to go to, people want to invest in, you know what I'm saying, make sure they can see positive feedback, positive production that's coming from your program, you know what I'm saying. So if you haven't, with the advance of social media now, that's like the wave of that's what football is. It's social media also, you know what I'm saying. Every team has a social media, or if you don't have a social media, every team needs a social media. That helps bring the funding in. Also getting out there and hitting the road, hitting the pavement, going out there holding flyers out for the youth teams, and even with high school, man, go out there holding signs up, get what you can get. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely hard to, especially if you don't have like a good backing already. If you don't have a good parent involvement, you don't have no booster club
stuff,
all that stuff, man. It's tough to get people to get money in. And if you're not a winning program, who wants to get money to a winning program, alumni or not? You know what I'm saying? Like especially high school, college. You know what I'm saying?
They gonna give.
They gonna give. You know what I'm saying? That's certain. Some colleges more than the others,
right?
Whatever. And you have a problem with getting.
And people give at HBCUs. It's just when you look at what PWIs get, right, it's pennies. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Compared to people giving $500 and I just get $20.
Yeah, and especially when you're talking about like, you know, because we talking about specifically funding with sports programs, it's at PWI, if somebody gives $1 million or whatever, maybe the whole $1 million may not go to the football team, but you know what I'm saying,
they gonna reap some benefits, but
$500,000 going.
Correct.
But if somebody's giving $5,000, that money may not even see the football team.
Yeah.
Somebody giving $10,000, 2,000 of it might go. So you really, I give money, but like, you know what I'm saying, because especially in high school, I can speak from high school, especially here in Palm Beach County. You can't have no booster program in Palm Beach County, which is a dumb thing. Oh, what's up, Dwyer? Dwyer can have a booster program, you know what I'm saying? So how does that work? I don't know. But every other school can have a booster program. That's weird to me. But whatever, you know what I'm saying? it is what it is. But
it makes it tough to get that funding in.
It makes it tough, you know what I'm saying? So now you're asking football coaches, you know what I'm saying, to go get the money.
And you ain't even paying them.
You're not paying them nothing, really. Okay, you got to go get the money, right? You got to go fundraise and do all this other stuff. And then the money I get from my football program, I got to give that to the school. I got to give all that money that I donated for the school, and it's going to be clipped up. I got to give all that money that I donated, that I raised, that people donated to my football program. I got to give that money to the school. And then once I get that money to the school, I got to then ask them for permission to use that money.
After you done went out.
After I done got it. They didn't give me nothing. They didn't help me go get it.
Right.
They wasn't out there, you know what I'm saying, help me go get it. I had to go get the money. Bring it back to them. Put the money in there. Then say, hey, you know what I'm saying, can I use how much money my money?
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying, to get jerseys, to get shoes, to get whatever, you know what I'm saying, to do this type of thing. So if I wanted to do something, let's say a player on your team having a hard time, financial, you know what I'm saying, and mama lights off or they need gas, you know what I'm saying, you can't do that.
You got to go out of your pocket.
I got to go out of my pocket. You know what I'm saying? I can't. Although I raised the money, somebody gave me some money. I got money in my budget, my football budget. I could go help somebody.
Right.
I can't do that.
Private schools, they going in that budget. We gonna take care of you.
Private school will do whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different ball. You know what I'm saying? Their private school do what they want. But like, even not even that, when a kid want to go to a camp, I can't take that money at the football to help the kid go to camp. His mom ain't got the money to send him to the camp, but I got money in my football budget.
Right.
Help send the kid. I can't.
So can you guys host like those roadside fundraisers, or they don't allow that?
I mean, you can do fundraisers or whatever, but that whatever money you give, you
got to
go right to them. You know what I'm saying? So now that's got to be
you may raise X amount of funds, right, and they decide on how they want to use it.
How they want, because then they're going now. Not only do you got to go get permission from them to get the money that you raised, right? They also can just take the money out your account without telling you and go give it to somebody else.
Not happening.
As soon as you put that money in the football budget, in the football account, because you can't have an external account. You can't have another account, but they find out you get another account, you're gonna get fired. Or whatever. So now you put the money into the account that they all see, right? They're gonna go on your account and say, okay, the soccer team need whatever. So we're gonna do big football. They ain't gonna tell you to take it, they're just gonna take the money. Give it to soccer. Hopefully that's what they give it to. Give it to soccer or give it to general athletics.
So soccer don't have an account.
They probably do, but they ain't got much money in it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't getting they ain't got ticket
sales. I think that's crazy, man.
They don't got ticket sales or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's one thing, right? If the soccer coach comes to the football coach, hey man, any way y'all can help us out, you know what I'm saying? But sure, that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? That's straight, whatever. If I take some money and put it into the general athletic fund, because there's a general athletic account, then there's football account. Everybody has an account, but there's also a general athletic account, right? So if I take money from my account and say, okay, listen, We all got to donate to the general athletic. I know football makes the most money. We got to put money in there. Fine. I'm gonna just donate. Here's the money.
Yeah.
So now don't touch nothing else.
I think they should say, okay, every sport has their own account,
right?
But every sport, every year,
donate to the.
You gotta donate to the general athletic fund. Everything else is for that specific sport to keep.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. But they can just go in there and get it.
That's crazy.
But I'm telling you, and if you don't check the statement, you ain't gonna know.
Wow.
So then by the time you try to go get something for yourself, I need footballs. I need.
So okay, whatever. You raise, say for instance, your account got 10,000 in it, right?
10 racks.
You got 10 racks. Mm-hmm. Soccer comes and say, hey, we need to utilize 5 bins. 5,000.
Now they come to the football team, they ask, are you saying, are they going to school?
Do the school just give soccer what they request?
I mean, I don't know.
Or will the school go to football and say, hey, soccer need X amount? So
take whatever they feel is necessary to give.
So my thing too, what happens if you guys run short?
We just run short.
Hell no, man.
It's good. Depending on what kind of relationship you got with school, they could help you out with some things.
That's crazy.
But if you ain't got the money, then you ain't got the money.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So again, so if you got a good relationship with school or the administration, they feel like they can.
That's why a lot of people is walking away from that. Just because it's hectic. You know, with me and the whole youth side, you know, obviously you try to get it how you can get it. But at the end of the day, it's still tough because just because you create these campaigns, just because you create these packages, that don't mean nobody is gonna give.
Right.
You know what I mean? It got to be something appealing to put it on their heart to give a few dollars. But the work,
I would say building a nice new facility in West Palm Beach that has access for other kids to use, for youth kids to use, you know what I'm saying, to get them off the street and train. I would say that's a good, you know what I'm saying, something to donate to. I think I know somebody who's trying to build a turf field.
Hey, we trying. And you know, that's one of the things, like I'm thinking about, obviously it's been in the works. Obviously we received the invoice, the official invoice probably a few weeks ago. It looks very promising, but it's going to take a lot of work. Like it's a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money because you can have just that one sponsor just say, here you go. And the beauty of it is just trying to do it independently. You know, that's the thing. Like, obviously, you know, you're going to have to give a little bit, but we're okay with that. You know, the biggest thing is putting a facility out there just for the youth, rather high schools can use it, youth can use it. You know, it's just a primary home for the organization. That's how I look at it. But we trying, man. We trying. And like I say, my date is probably December 2023. But you're going to start seeing renovations slowly. Like, I just won an auction on some field goals. Really? It's a 2 field goal post in Georgia. So we're going to go get them in a few weeks. So we're going to go out there. We're going to walk it. I just contacted the guy who's going to stripe it. You're going to stripe it, and, you know, you got a few lumpy areas in the grass. So we're going to go get an excavator, and we're going to flatten it ourselves. We're going to flatten it ourselves, and then obviously you had a dirt there, and we're going to just patch it up with pallets of grass for the time being to make it like an official true practice field. And then, you know, over the next few months, we're just going to start working towards knocking that invoice price down. But like I say, it's definitely going to be dope. It's definitely going to be dope, year-round thing. And I can't wait. But, you know, I try to tell my parents now because, you know, we had a fundraiser on Saturday and you had one parent, I don't know her, but I got word back that she was like, it's a lot of fundraising, just because one thing about fundraising is it's the life of the program. It takes money to make money, and it takes money to do things, to operate. You know what I mean? So if I'm giving you a hell of experience and I'm not really directly coming to you saying, hey, give me your money. You should be able to come to these activities, especially if we're saying, hey, this is going to be the location. We just need you to come out. We know the money's there. You know what I mean? We just need you to come out. If you're averaging, like we've been averaging like a little over 50 for the workouts.
Yeah.
But come fundraiser time, you ain't nowhere near that 50.
So let me ask you something.
Yep.
Okay, so you go out you got 50 kids coming to the workouts.
Right.
How many kids you got going to the fundraiser on whatever?
The one that they had on Saturday, hell, I think it was in between 17 to 20. That's what I was told. It's not terrible, but I'm not impressed.
Right.
I'm not impressed by that because once Tuesday come, you're going to have all 50 out there.
So now let me ask you something one more time, right?
All right.
I follow you on you know what I'm saying, social media and everything like that. So
right.
Especially on your Facebook. I see that there's a fundraiser that you do with popcorn.
Correct.
How many shares do you got on that? You know what I'm saying? Like, are all the parents at least sharing that mug?
That's another thing too. So hold on,
you don't gotta show up. You gotta drive there.
Right. So now look, so that's something that I was talking to, my commissioner about. And I was like,
I shared that.
Right. I say this year, things are gonna be done differently. And when I say differently, you see how Dion made the kids earn their jerseys. Mm-hmm. This year, jerseys aren't going to just be given. You're going to have to earn that number 1, that number 0, that number 3, that number 10. And earning it consists of you coming out, bonding with your teammates, participating in activities that we have, participating in fundraisers. Right. If you choose not to participate, you may be wearing 43, 45. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, all your parent did anyways was pay for the swag bag. Right. That's it. You got that, right? You got that. So the jersey, we're going to decide that. Mm-hmm. And there's really no excuse because I've told you in advance, we need you to communicate with us. Mm-hmm. But if I'm averaging 50, a little over 50, Tuesday and Thursday, you should be able to come out on Saturday. Because let's be honest, every parent ain't busy. Right. And if a parent is busy, 9 times out of 10, their plans don't include that child. Right. At least in the morning time for 2 or 3 hours. Right. So there's no excuse. Mm-hmm. There's no excuse. Tuesday, I'm going to call a meeting with the parents. And I'm going to pretty much explain it to them because most people don't read. This is why we're fundraising. The biggest expense this year is going to be transportation and for this turf field. Right. Doing it independently, you got to fundraise. Right. But right, that's the lifeline. So if you feel it's too much, let us know. Give me a donation good enough so I can say you ain't got to come out. Right. 9 times out of 10, you ain't going to do that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I look at it like, look, man, this is what it's going to be. Obviously, there is a mandatory fundraising fee for football, but that fundraiser is easy because everybody knows somebody who knows somebody. For one, you're a kid. I may just donate just because, we got the fundraiser. And I look at fundraisers too as I need to get back much as possible because that's going to benefit the program. So for instance, the popcorn. I knew people who did popcorn fundraisers and they raised $11,000. But being that you didn't buy the popcorn outright, that company who you're selling for, they get half of that off rip. Right. That's a failure to me. Mm-hmm. That's a failure. And it's a failure because we put in all this work only to get half. Right. Nah, we need the whole thing. Mm-hmm. We need them at 80% or more. You feel me? So with me, I went in with the fundraiser. I was doing my research and I was like, how can I do it effectively where the program can benefit? And if we're left with remaining bags of popcorn, we can just eat those, sell it as concessions, or just give it out after profit has been made. Mm-hmm. Let's buy the whole damn box. The box coming with 100 bags. So now you got X amount of orders where people have already, I think we done raised like $250. So let's keep pushing it. All the other popcorn fundraisers has a deadline. By us buying the box, we don't have a deadline. We can keep this going long as possible. Right. We putting our money up front anyways, just to sell it. So whatever we make now, whatever the price is of the box, once we make over that, it's straight profit now. Yeah. You know what I mean? And once you make that, we're going to get 100% of that. It's not going to be 50%. So, I had one of my guys telling me about doing a TV doing AirPods, and it was a PS5. Mm-hmm. Let's go out and buy those things. Let's sell the $10, $15, $20 tickets. You know why? You can win the PS5 for $20. More tickets you buy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that helps the program too. You know, we're working on that, but you got some parents saying it's too much fundraising. Listen, we're not forcing you to buy a bag of popcorn. We're not forcing you to enter this PS5 or 50-inch TV. Yeah. At the end of the day, if you can't buy it or you're tired of seeing it, just at least you can do is share it.
At least you can do.
Hey, social media is the new streets. Everybody's on social media. So what you may not buy, people on your timeline may buy. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing. It's kind of like we want to be the feeder system for leaks. Kids may not know the source, but if I know the source, listen, man, I can call them right now. Here you go. Look at the Florida Fire connection. I never thought that I knew it was true, but when I can text you in real time and I be like, yo, this what it is after you post something and then you see the hype just take off. Oh yeah, that shit real. That shit real, man. You know, it ain't about what you know. It's about who you know. It's about who you know. And with the sponsorship packages that we created, we want to do things that's appealing, that's interesting, where people look at it like, damn, I can't turn that down. You know what I mean? So let me ask you a question. When it comes to these sponsorships, are you looking for corporate companies or are you looking for small businesses? I'm looking for
whoever.
I got you.
Know what whoever wants to be part of the, you know what I'm saying, part of the building process of Palm Beach Lakes. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using that example. Palm Beach Lakes, that's what I'm at.
Yeah, because I go in and I say, when you look at corporate sponsorships, you got everybody in the USA trying to get those corporate sponsorships. But when it comes to these local businesses,
I definitely want to target the local.
Correct, because now those people can come out to the games. Those people can get that VIP seating, get that VIP treatment.
Hooks, daiquiri traps,
Applebee's,
whoever, all, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know if OVO still out there, but yeah, them companies. I'm trying to get them to donate.
Erucon.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so those type of companies. Matter of fact,
right.
So I did hit up the company. So like, you know what Lakes is, whatever. So you know that back practice field,
right
there, connected to is a golf facility.
Okay,
like they sell golf carts, whatever. So I contacted them about donating a golf cart. They gave us a golf cart.
Real shit.
Yeah. Nice one too.
Free. Give me I need a golf cart. I need a golf cart. So when you called them, what did you say? Like, hey,
I emailed them first. I emailed, hey, this coach, whatever, Palm Beach Lakes. You know, blah, blah, blah.
They delivered it over there and stuff?
I walked over there.
Nice. Shook hand, no photo op?
Nah. They ain't saying one.
I'm finna call them on Monday.
What is it called? Advanced golf carts or something like that. Advanced golf carts, whatever. Yeah.
And somebody responded to the email.
Somebody responded. They called them back.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna email them. I need that.
A couple weeks later, we had a golf cart.
Got you. That's what's up.
Y'all are close.
We're close, right?
That's the selling point. I was like, listen, man, you know what I'm saying? We right by the field. You know what I'm saying? We needed a golf cart or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So they donated that. First it was like, charge was like, they was gonna give us, it was like gonna be something small. Anyway, you know, charge whatever. So, but they gave it to us free.
And it's y'all's to keep.
That was our keep.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna email them in. The good thing about the email too is we're not gonna go in. At the end of the day, you want to throw it like, hey, can we get it for a good price? You know, that type of stuff. And if they decide to do whatever, it's up to them. You know, while we was doing the fundraiser, I wasn't there. I ended up going late. But the commissioner Stewart, they ended up running into her. She was a former mayor for Stewart. She gave him the business cards and she was like, hey, contact me if you need anything. So, you know, we prepared like before actually meeting her, I was already working on like a 2023 info guide. Yeah. You know, it's pretty much just explaining the program, then you know how we really operate and you know what we're trying to do for the community. Mm-hmm. Sent it out to a few schools. I think I sent it to your principal too. Yeah. You know, so just waiting on a response. Just waiting on a response, and some principals email me back, so it's just a timing thing, trying to get them. But my approach, man, I look at it like let's reach out to those businesses that's local. Mm-hmm. Because a turf field, bro, even if you give me $1,000, I'm going to make your experience, you're going to get more than this $1,000. You're going to get access to games. You're going to get a permanent banner at the location. your business is going to be seen. It's going to be seen. And we even got in a new invoice that the field is automatically going to be striped. Once they lay it, they're going to stripe it. We never have to worry about painting it again. So the biggest sponsorship that we have is that company's logo on that field. It'll be there for at least 10, 15 years, you know. But it's a process. We're trying to see how we're going to do it, but it's definitely exciting. You know, like I say, you know, me and my guys, we talk about it, you know, just the difference from this year to last year. And you know, you can see the difference, you can feel it, but I think now when you focus on the quality, you know, it's kind of like Lakes. Let's focus on the quality. Let's focus on repairing this ruptured relationship with the surrounding athletes. So
that is exactly what we try to do.
So it's like with me, it's like I tell people the closest you can get to it, man, is you win the scratch off. You establish the foundation. You hit that scratch off for $1 million. You tell yourself, I'm never going broke again. Never going broke. Right. And one day you wake up, you ain't got no kids. You ain't got no money. How do I start over? So it's like, it's not that you can't get them in. Yeah. It's just, how do I get them to believe? You know what I mean? How do I get them to believe? And that's what we're working on now. Like I say, it's growing. But, you know, it's like you're becoming a little impatient. You know what I mean? 100%. You're becoming a little impatient. Yeah, but like I say, it's going to come. So the things that we talked about, like off air, you know, once you do those, it'll come quick. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like, for instance, our numbers this year, right? I'm trying to recall certain times last year where that 14U team, we just had players coming from nowhere. But I honestly think that team was built off referrals, bro. Yeah. I think it was built off referrals. This year, we got all other age groups, but that 14U team is coming in slow. Now, I'm looking at it two ways. Lake Lytle don't do high school prep no more. WCFL do high school prep. West Boynton do high school prep. I don't think that high school prep program between those two organizations is going to be effective.
But y'all got a 14U too.
Who?
Rams.
No, but I'm talking about the recreation. You know, just the recreation, because you know, high school prep, you could be 15 and play. Okay. Pop Warner, it's a little tricky.
Right? Pop Warner?
Yeah, they're in Gold Coast now. So it's so it's a little tricky. So it's like you can't turn this age, you can't play high school, that type of stuff. But if Lake Lytle, WCFL, or West Boynton had high school players, you could play both and they wouldn't trip. The only thing they're going off is your weight. Right. But the other organizations, Pop Warner, if you're in high school, you can't play. You see what I'm saying? So we will benefit, the 14U will benefit because you can be 15, 9th grade, you just can't be in the 10th grade. So we would benefit if you come play. And like I say, we're going to give it to, like I say, you got a few, but last year, that shit was just word of mouth where like, God damn, you know, so like I say, it's coming and, you know, we hoping for a few more waves. And like I say, we just gonna see what happens, but we definitely got it way lined up.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. It is, you know, building a program, and that's kind of, you know, that's kind of what we're both kind of doing right now.
Right.
We're trying to build a program, and it is a grueling process. It's a humbling process.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? It takes time. You know what I'm saying? You can't get too anxious. You can't get too.
You feel excited. Right. But the thing is, it's just like you really just got to sit back and let it play out, bro.
Keep building. You know,
and just keep building, man.
I was reading the Will Smith book, and he was talking about, you know what I'm saying, how his dad had to build a wall when he was 12 or whatever. Because I guess something happened to the wall at his dad's store. But he used an analogy of just lay another brick. You know what I'm saying? Every day, just lay a brick. Don't worry about building a wall.
Right.
Worry about laying this brick as perfectly as possible.
And one day.
And one day the wall is going to be there. You know what I'm saying? So every day, just lay another brick.
Yep.
Perfectly as possible. Just lay that brick, focus on that brick, and then you focus on the next brick.
Yep.
Focus on it, so on and so forth. And then eventually you'll have that wall.
And you know, honestly, that's what my new mentality is. You know, last year, I ain't gonna lie, that shit was just more like greed.
Yeah, right.
I can pull from this organization, I can pull from that organization. At the end of the day, I got bragging rights.
Right.
But it was kind of toxic at the same time because I didn't have that manpower to manage it.
Everybody was laying bricks.
And not everybody was laying bricks. You had more people on the team that was for ego that are sitting back watching too, but they're affiliated with other organizations. So when everything crumbled, it came down. Yeah. You know, so this year we just focus on quality. Mm-hmm. Quality. You know, if it had to be 2 coaches per team, that's what it's going to be. Mm-hmm. You know, last year was offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, DB's coach, receiver coach, line coach. None of them had chemistry. Right. It was toxic. So this year, scale down a little bit. And once you scale down, you know, you'll hope that the good people come in. And so far, you know, I just started all over, bro, even with the coaches. Yeah. Let's bring in some guys that want to be here. Hell, I will take the guy now with no coaching experience, but committed to the kids, has no ego, because you can teach him how to be a coach. Yeah. Compared to the guy with the ego, he don't want to hear nothing. You can't teach him. Can't teach him at all. So we just looking at now like, look, it's definitely gonna play out this year. The energy is good. The parents are good so far. And that feel is gonna be the icing on the cake. That feel is gonna be the icing on the cake. Everybody gonna be trying to blow my phone like damn, but we don't want to talk. We don't want to talk.
Once the success happens,
everybody comes.
Everybody come, you know
nah, we all right.
I feel the same way as
yeah.
Once we start having that success, a lot more things are gonna get easier. A lot of people want to come. A lot of people want to get their hand in there.
Alumni is gonna want to come back.
Yeah. What you need, all y'all alumni licks, man. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? If you see this, come on back to the program. We're building up something nice over there, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be at Lakes.
This ain't last.
This ain't last year.
That's what I tell people. This is not last year. This is not last year.
Different staff, different culture, different energy. It's a whole new energy at Lakes right now.
The energy is definitely different. I was out there. I'm sure they probably got some additional people out there now. So I can imagine the morale now.
Yeah, new energy, bro.
So you ready for that spring game?
May 19th.
What time is the game?
6:30.
May 19th. That's a Saturday.
No, Friday.
Friday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, Saturday is the Gardens Jamboree, Spring Jamboree Saturday. They probably need to check that out.
Yeah.
Spring Jamboree for Gardens is on Saturday.
6:30, May 19th.
Yeah, 6:30.
I'm gonna be out there. You know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna do the day in the life of just that day. I'm gonna be out there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be out there.
Yeah, man. It's a new feel. Happy. You know what I'm saying? Good to be back at coaching, right in the right situation.
Got to set the tone.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? May 20th, May 19th is going to tell us a lot. You know what I'm saying? About where we actually are in the program.
And that's going to be the selling point for others to make that, I ain't going to say call, but to show interest in transfer. But yeah, I can say that though. So listen, guys, if you're watching this video, we're going to make that a clip. Well, I'm going to make it a clip. Guys, if you're watching this video, stay tuned to Palm Beach Lakes spring game, May 19th. You just may want to enroll there. They got lots of great programs. Might want to enroll into the fire program. My brother goes there. He's in the fire program. And you know what's crazy though? Mm-hmm. My brother like 6'1", probably about 175. I tell him, I say, yo, I know the guys at Lakes, man. Go play. This is gonna be your last year of high school. But the culture is it was so toxic where players with potential is automatically like, nah, I don't want to play.
Man, listen, I was I was trying to get, you gotta get keys to the school. So I was trying to get keys. So I was standing with the assistant principal, and we just chopped him up because he had the bus loop. Mm-hmm. So he waiting for the buses to come. We just chopped him up out there. So he bring a kid over there, and it was like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? Why you even go play football over there? For this team? This trash team, man. Sorry, I'm just standing. He don't know the coach. But he's that team. Sorry, bro. I mean, you're going off. You bring another kid over there, man. Niggas sorry out there, but trash. I can't. I'm like, these were kids who go to Lakes. You
Correct.
Know what I'm so it's like that's how bad the culture is for the last couple of years when it comes to the football.
They're running their own players are turned off.
Right, the students, they ain't got no support.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I get it. You know, last year was really bad. I mean, last couple of years has been pretty
But
bad.
do you imagine how many players walked off after that 80 to zip loss?
Oh yeah, that was. I mean,
that was it.
You can't come back from.
You can't come back to
not
that.
mentally.
Mm-mm.
Mentally, what I mean, because you can't. It's hard to motivate. It's hard to ask a player to come to practice on Monday after 80 zip. You know what I'm saying? Now, especially now, they just got whooped 80 zip. Niggas is hitting me up on social media. Girl looking at me crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, your homeboy's telling you, bro, why you even play for them, bro?
Why you play for them niggas, man? You get up out of there. You transfer, bro. 80 to zip, how y'all let them get 80 points?
Right.
At Palm Beach Central, at that. Palm Beach Central, we beat y'all 80 to zip, bro. Then y'all came back with a 78 to zip, and then like a 42 to zip, something like that. But like you can, how do you motivate? Because obviously you gotta look at yourself.
Right.
What the hell am I doing wrong that I can't get these kids to play better than that?
Literally, like, what is your game plan going into the week? Like,
what do
you can't even really talk crazy to your own team, because if you talk too crazy, we ain't gonna win anyways.
Right. Because it's nothing like there's nothing you can really say. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, next week we'll try to, like, they don't want to hear that, bro. 80, bro. It wasn't 40, it wasn't 20, it was 80, whole 80, bro. Like whole 80 burger, bro. Like it's hard to motivate kids, but it starts with how you come into the program. You know what I'm saying? If you don't come in with the right discipline, you let kids do whatever, you let kids think it's just whatever, they can chill and blah blah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
So when it comes to last year's staff, did you guys retain anybody off last year's staff?
No.
Gotcha.
Nobody.
So
no. That's a lot. That's a lot. Coach Parks. I think he was on last year. I think. I'm not even 100% sure. Gotcha. But I think if we did, it was only Coach Parks. Other than that, it was nobody else.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he got rid of everybody.
So was there ever interest, or did they like reach out to him once he got the job? Or
I'm not sure.
Gotcha.
And if they did, he already, Timo. He already.
So Timo went Dion mode.
Yeah, Timo already knew what he was going to bring in.
He bought his Louis luggage.
He bought his Louis luggage. He bought his Louis luggage.
Okay.
He already knew who he was going to bring in, who we want to bring in. You know what I'm saying? He already knew. You know what I'm saying? So, as far as people from last year, I think Coach Parks was whatever, but aside from him, nobody else was on there.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't coaching anywhere. I was sitting on my couch. You know what I'm saying? Complaining about other people coaching, you know what I'm saying? And coaching from the stands or whatever. You know
gotcha.
And then Coach Stuckey, the assistant head coach, he was at Benjamin. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm definitely gonna be supporting Palm Beach Lakes on Friday nights.
Likewise.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be getting them behind the scenes.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean?
Getting them behind the scenes.
I'm definitely looking forward to the spring. Our official practice starts tomorrow. Spring practice starts tomorrow. And May 1st, so I guess today is the April 30th. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So what we've been seeing already is looks good. Now they just gotta show us on the field. You know what I'm saying? One thing to lift.
Gotcha. How many players are y'all at? Like
40. Something like that. About 40.
That ain't bad.
Yeah. So it's definitely gonna be interesting these next 2 weeks.
Are you guys nervous?
I'm not nervous.
You're nervous?
No, I'm not nervous. You know what I'm saying? I'll be nervous if what we think they're supposed to look like don't look like it these next 2 weeks in practice. You know what I'm saying? So if practice don't look right and we ain't getting what we think we're supposed to get out, then I start being nervous.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Then I'm like, all right, hey, don't come out there, man. 19. You know what I'm saying?
And it's at Lakes.
At Lakes. Lakes for the win, 40 was up.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah, at Lakes against John.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So, we gotta,
have colleges been stopping by?
Yeah, there was some that stopped by, but they won't be out to practices until tomorrow.
Got you. So you know how Lakes usually have them schools come out on the spring game day. Well, I think it was more for the jamboree.
Yeah, the jamboree. Yeah. So there's a big jamboree is gonna be on that Saturday, next day, 20th.
Gotcha.
At Gardens, because they got them, Miramar, a couple other schools out there or whatever. But yeah, we'll have some out there. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's gonna be a process because 80 to zip, so people know.
Okay.
From last year. But but some schools have been hitting people up saying we're gonna check out your talent or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta listen, come check us out May 1st.
Got you.
We'll start practice, whatever. But,
got you.
The people, you know what I'm saying?
Trading.
I've been back to trading, you know what I'm saying? I ain't losing money like I was, thank God. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gaining as much as I want, but part of that too is strategic, you know what I'm saying? So like, you're trying to trade or whatever. I'm trying to go from consistently small gains, 20, 30% gains, you know what I'm saying? Instead of waiting for that 100, 200, right. 300% gain, 1,000% gain.
So when you're trading, you're doing this during the day?
Yeah.
While at work? So how focused do you have to be on that?
Oh, you gotta watch the charts.
So you got a pretty smooth day there.
Yeah, I mean, again, I do it in between, you know what I'm saying, times.
I got you.
Kids and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? So, but in the time frame where I'm not going to see kids, I'm not talking to kids all day, y'all trying to trade within those time frames there.
Got you.
And yeah, because you just got to focus on the chart. It's real money you're talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like, and rent.
So when you go into this trading,
yeah,
is there, just give me an estimate.
Mm-hmm.
You trade every day?
Try to, yeah.
You go in tomorrow, you trade, what you starting off with estimated?
I'll say I'll use like $100 a trade.
Okay, so because I was talking to a guy like a week ago, and he was like, he may go in like, see, I don't know about it like that, but he like, I'm gonna go in with $20. But
can you trade with $20? Yes.
But he was like, it's but hard. Obviously he's on like a restricted income. But he was like, he'll go in with 20, and one of his like most successful days is like $200 in a day. Yeah,
you can 1,000% you know what I'm saying, playing SPY or you know what I'm saying, if you depending on what you're playing Weeble, if you're on Weeble or whatever, you get SPX, whatever, the ETF, whatever, but with a bunch of different companies all in one.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the most like trade. That's the most popular trades: the SPY, SPX, Tesla, Microsoft, Amazon, Google.
What's the most you done made in one day?
One day, I don't know, maybe 2,000-3,000, something like that.
Damn.
Yeah.
So making that money, is it like you see it and you just react and hit and say, I'm cashing out?
Yeah.
So you ain't letting that ride? Or have you ever had one where you hit and it was big and you pulled out too early and it continued to rise?
All the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't say all the time, but yeah, you definitely do it. Because now, especially now that because I lost so much money before, you know what I'm saying? So now everything.
Anything more than you put in is, let me get that.
I don't lost it all. Everything. I lost it all, you know what I'm saying?
Like, how was you looking?
No, that caused problems. They cause problems.
That's how, listen, that's how this order was with me today.
At home, everything causes problems. Losing money.
So
losing money, it's a mental thing too. Like,
so was you just mad?
Man, I was sad. I was almost in one.
What did it take for you to get over that?
Time.
Not a few days. Every time you traded,
I didn't trade for a while.
Oh yeah, you was hurt.
I was hurt. I mean, it was not. It was a contentious.
So how did you go to her and say, "Hey, I just lost this"? So, do you think it was possible to do it without telling, or you think that she was gonna find out?
I mean, because you wish you gonna ask about it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I ain't got no money coming in and say, "Hey, you know, man, go take it here, go to the grocery store, do this." I ain't got nothing coming in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm obviously besides my regular work check or whatever, but you know what I'm saying, the extra. I mean, if I'd have been over there. I tried to come put a little extra bucket in there, and then you know what I'm saying. But the problem is when you're in desperation mode. So now you're in desperation mode, you ain't really thinking. Now you let stuff hold that you ain't supposed to hold. You know what I'm saying? You're not happy with 20%.
Got you.
And I lost everything. So that 20%, 20% of 100, $20, 20% of 1,000, 200. 200 is good if you was already if you're already sustaining profit.
Mm-hmm.
Once you lost everything, 200 ain't good enough for you. Because you're like, damn, it's only 5,000, but I need more. And then you look at the chart, damn, it may go up, but then it don't go up. Or you're trying to hold overnight, or you up big. That's what happened. You up big, and you trying to hold overnight.
Wake up in the morning.
You want to cry.
That's how I feel though about this order that I had today.
Yeah.
I kind of BS with the time a little bit. But I'm like, man, I got this. Ain't no problem. But anytime I'm like that, it always goes up. Order, come in, so I'm factoring the numbers. Okay, I can be up this amount. Come down to it, I start printing it, and I run out of fucking printable vinyl. I'm 12 shirts in, and I got 18. People blowing up my phone. Right. I'm not answering because I'm already mad. Right. The great customer service is just like, forget your profit now, take care of the customer. Right. So that's when I'm like, the dude called, he asked, could he pay via Zelle? And I'm like, all right, yeah, send it over. And then once he paid, the printer's still printing. And then I look back there and I say, damn, I ain't got no more paper. So I'm sitting there like, what am I going to tell this guy? Because it's like, you don't want to go in where you say, hey, you was expecting the entire 18 shirts to look alike. Right. You're giving them away as gifts. But you got 12 that's going to have the same design. Right. And 6 may not have the same design. Right. He came here, he looked at them, he liked them. Yeah. And then he was just, he bought an extra one. So then he was like, can you have them by a certain time? I gave him an alternative. He ain't really bite the hook. Right. He ain't really bite the hook. So I'm just like, damn, let me see what I can do. Found the guy on OfferUp, and the guy, he came in clutch. I'm like, man, in my mind, I had already put it, I'm gonna refund the order anyways. Right. At this point, I'm gonna just take the L. Yeah. I'm gonna just satisfy the customer. I'm gonna take the L because of my procrastination. So I hit a guy up off OfferUp. He's in Boca. I didn't expect him to respond to me, but he responded. And then he was like, yeah, man, I can do it. And then, I sent him my number, and the event that was taking place that needed the shirts, they was off Yamato. The guy stay off Yamato. So I'm like, okay, hand in hand, we can make it happen. But he stay west though, 441. So I gotta go west, but the location is pretty much like 11 minutes from him. Dude, on my way there, tell me why I passed them Yamato. I have to get off at Glaze because you telling me you here, you telling me you at the spot. Right. Then I gotta go there. I'm trying to get him there within the time the guy need him by. Right. So the guy came in clutch because he let me use this press and all. He got like a little setup in his garage, so we chopped it up. I said, yo, we gonna be doing business together, did that, and then I sent the guy the money back via Zelle. So it's kind of like a good deed. It sucks, but at the end of the day, I probably didn't lose the customer totally because let's be honest, you got a whole free order. You got a whole free order. You know what I mean? So I just know going. The biggest thing, man, is just my new schedule. I'm used to being free during the day to do whatever, bro. Like even with me coming to the school, it's like I'm used to that. Like now. I can do it. I can tweak it out because I'm in good where I'm at. Right. But it's still like, do I really want to make up that time? Right. You know what I mean? But I can tweak that schedule out a little bit, but I'm definitely missing my free time. Right. You know what I mean? But you gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta do what you gotta do. And hell, I gotta pay them damn Sunbiz fees tonight. You paid that? You got Sunbiz, right? You got the LSE. You know you better pay that. I know. You doing it when you get home? Me too. Dude, one year they hit me for the 400. Boy, I was sick. Late? Yeah, late fee. Sick. Because they don't want to hear no excuses. So you got to pay one. I got to pay 3 of them. I got to pay 3 of them. The cheapest one is nonprofit. But yeah, I'm going to pay that tonight when I get home. But yeah, man. Realasitgetpodcast episode 17. Follow us on social media. Realasitgetpod on Twitter. Realasitgetpodcast on IG. Realasitgetpodcast on YouTube. Same thing on Facebook too. Check us out. Hopefully once me and Chuck get our schedule like really tuned in, we're gonna get you some episodes in per week. Yeah, signing out. All right.